Microphone is on. Hi guys, I'm 𝘋𝘪𝘢𝘳𝘆 and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I literally just got off work and I was like, what better time to film a video than right now? So of course we have to do a weather update. It is minus 18. It feels like minus 26. And tonight it's going down to minus 21, which I don't know if it's accurate because it's way colder than that here. Degrees Celsius. So a little crazy. I left the office and it's like an ice pit outside. The windows have fully from head to toe frozen over. So you cannot see out the windows right now. You can't even open them. So that's interesting. But yeah. I just got off work and, you know, obviously I want to sit down. Why do my boobs look weird? Whatever. I want to sit down and film a video. And I haven't been this consistent with filming, editing, and uploading since Vlogmas of last year. So pat on the back. Yesterday, I was like so not wanting to film, but I did it and I watched the video back after I edited it and I was really happy with what I said and how I came off in that video. So, you know, push yourself to do things. The energy and everything else will follow and flow. But I digress. It's cold here. It's cold as shit here. I just left the office. I had a really, really, really great day. It's just so nice. But yeah, in this video I want to do a video titled Accountability and the Value of Telling the Truth. Now that is a loaded topic of conversation, topic for conversation. I spoke and connected and talked to a lot of really, really, really great, beautiful, well-rounded people. It's always nice when you can connect with people that have a beating heart, you know, want to do the right thing, want to do good, are doing good, and are just like-minded. It's so nice to talk and meet people that are just so multifaceted and have so much depth and are just such beautiful people. And I connect with so many people that are like double my age, triple my age, in their 80s, similar to my grandmother's age, because I have just lived so much life and I just have so much to talk about and to listen, and it's just so interesting. But with that being said, I guess I'll touch on the value of telling the truth first, because I think that that's where my mind is going. I'm going to turn the brightness down because that's a little intense. But the value of telling the truth. So I touched on this in one of my previous entries a couple days ago where, oh no, I was the YSL purse. When I was scared to tell my partner that I bought the YSL purse because I knew he would be mad in the moment, but then the next day we got over it. It wasn't even a big deal. And how if you were to lie and you were to cover it up, it would be good for 5 minutes and it would be good in the moment. And then you'd have to deal with the consequences of them finding out, or the aftermath, or the betrayal, the lies, right? So the value of telling the truth is, yes, it may suck in the moment. It may hurt somebody. It may hurt you. It may hurt the whole situation. But when you tell the truth, the more you practice telling the truth, the easier it gets, I promise you. And I'm at a point in my life where the truth comes out of me naturally. Like it just flows. It's just, I have never once, that's a lie. That's a lie. I was going to say I've never once been let down by telling the truth, but I've been let down so many times by telling the truth. It's gotten me in trouble at work. It's gotten me in trouble with friends. It's gotten me in trouble with family. There's been so many instances where telling the truth makes people not like you, makes people see differently of you. Just so many instances where telling the truth can ruin things in the moment, for sure. I'm a big believer that time will always expose the truth. Time will always tell the honesty and the lies and the betrayals and the truth of it all. I constantly have revelations of like my last relationship where I'm like, it's been so long. I wonder how that panned out. I never lied. I was never dishonest. I was always honest, and my heart was always pure from the beginning. So I always wonder how that impacts people, because when you hurt people, or maybe not hurt people, well, you hurt people, right? When you hurt people that have done you well and have not went out of their way to hurt you, is a better way to put it, you have to live with that, So the value of telling the truth is like, when you practice telling the truth and it becomes second nature, people know your character. People know me as a person. Like, I'm a straight shooter. I don't have time for bullshit. I'll make you look stupid. Like, I make myself look stupid. I literally do not care. I will tell the truth no matter what. And, when you practice doing that and people know that you have that in you, they can't take anything from you, right? If you're known for being a liar, people can't take your words for credibility. They don't trust your motives, intentions, or what you actually have to say. They don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. And if they do trust you in that moment, they know that you have the ability to lie, go behind their back, be deceitful, be shady, So you almost have to pick the fence that you want to be on, or pick the side that you want to be on. And, telling the truth has freed me in so many situations, and it's liberating. Like, when you tell the truth, you have nothing, you have nothing left to give. You've given it all. You've given what is going on in the situation, what the truth is, what your truth is, and there's nothing left to give, because that is the truth. That's the biggest piece of information that you can give. And when you practice telling the truth, and you practice being an honest person, and you practice being that type of way in your life and being that type of person, not only is your conscience completely clear, but you know that your intentions and your energy and your way in the world is honest. And when you're an honest person, beautiful, happy things find you, and you just live with such a cleansed chest of feelings. Like, you just don't feel any weight on you, because there's nothing trying to hold you down or trying to weigh down on you that you're lying or hiding. It's just the truth. There's just the truth. And I just think it's such an important skill to have, and it's such an important thing to practice, because, being someone who practices what they preach, it only gets easier over time. And then you realize that the people that you attract, the people that you're around, you can smell the bullshit. You can wean out the dishonesty, because you can almost hyper fixate or hyper focus on when someone lies. You can just tell, because their demeanor changes, their airflow changes, their perspective changes, and you can almost, it's like a radar. When you practice telling the truth, you can tell when other people are lying. You can tell when other people are being dishonest. And for me, connecting with my intuition and my aura and my energy as a whole, I can even tell when someone's energy is dishonest. And that is a whole other level. I touched on that in one of the videos where I was talking about how my ex-mother-in-law and all of my mother-in-laws, like pretty much every single one that I've ever had, I can think of 3 off the top of my head. I could tell just by the energy that they were dishonest, bad people. Like, didn't tell the truth, would say things that weren't true to make themselves look better, lie about scenarios or situations, just things that you wouldn't want, or qualities you wouldn't want to have in a person that's close to you. So having them being a mother-in-law and being literally the mother of my previous partners is such a gut-wrenching feeling, and just awful feeling, because like, that's someone's mother. You know what I mean? Like, my mom's not perfect, but she sure as shit, like, doesn't operate in that function towards me, at least, or doesn't have control over my life to even get to that point. But hoy vey, it is like overwhelming when you have to put up with shit like that. Or I don't put up with shit like that anymore, but when you're around an energy like that, because if your partner can't see the truth, your relationship will never work, because my very, very first partner, his mother hated me, and he knew the truth about me, and he was able to defend me and differentiate her views versus my views versus the truth, right? And usually my views were on the side of the truth, because why would I lie about someone that I genuinely love from my soul? So interesting. But I do want to flip it over to accountability. Accountability is such a major thing in relationships, whether that's friendships or partnerships. I could think of a one time with me and Caitlin specifically. We had hurt each other's feelings. I had said stuff, she had said stuff. And in order to have a sister that's not blood, but is that tight with you, you have to be able to make mistakes and sit down with each other and say, this really, really hurt me. This, like, we literally just had an instance the other day where she is seeing this guy and certain things were happening, and I was just flat out honest with it and didn't take into consideration her feelings, and was just like, boom, that's the truth of the situation. And sometimes you have to be considerate of that person's feelings, because me as her best friend, her literal sister that's not blood, I was like, here's the truth. Here's the truth. This is the reality of it. I love you too much to lie to you. This is the truth. And my delivery made her respond in a way where deep down she knew the truth, but she kind of wanted like a support system in that moment, and just for me to hear her and process her and really just feel her emotions and hold space for her. And later when we talked about it, she was like, I know how, like, you're right. I know what you're saying is true. I know you would never do me wrong. I just, in that moment, needed support, and I'm still processing how I'm feeling in this situation and all of it. And we were able to communicate and get to a point where we're sending funny TikToks to each other. Like, we're like this, my brother's the same. My family's the same. Like, that's just how accountability goes. And in partnerships now, we'll talk about partnerships. If you are dating someone or you have a partner where they're doing something that upsets you, right? I had brought up to my partner, I literally talked about this in either yesterday's video or the video before that I filmed, where I had said, hey, the way that you talk to your friends in the group chat about women hurts me. It mortifies me. It's revolting. It's disgusting. I hate seeing this shit on my partner's phone. Would you maybe stop doing it or make an effort to change the situation? I don't like it. I don't deserve to have my partner talk about women in that light and make me look like a complete dumbass to his friends, right? Like, there's no way you can say you respect your partner and then talk that way about women behind their back to their friends, because their friends now don't respect you because of how you act when you're in a relationship with that person. When I'm in a relationship with someone and I have boundaries, I say no. They know how much I respect him and put him at the top of my life and my world, and respect him and would never defy or discredit him or make him look like a dumbass. That's what it is. So when I had, my mind went a whole other direction, but you really have to be pushed hard repetitively to get there. So both of us weren't perfect people, and we're both not perfect people, but I sit and make video diaries acknowledging my life, and I can't speak for anyone else. But, I had said, like, I'm upset about this, and there was never accountability for it. It was just, that's the way I am. That's the way me and my friends are. It's not going to change. This, that, and the third. It was never like, I understand what I said was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have talked about other women like that. There was never like ownership, an apology, and then move on, or at least ownership. It was always deflection. That's just how we are. That's how my friends are. It's never going to change. There was never like a growth aspect or a changing aspect. It was always just, that's the way things are. They're not going to change. Get over it or move on. That kind of thing. And when you're with someone and you date someone and you're with someone romantically or friendships or family, literally any situation in your life, fill in the fucking blank, I don't care. If someone cannot take accountability for their wrongdoings or take ownership of what they've done wrong, or understand what they've done wrong, or listen to how you feel in the situation, if someone cannot take accountability, you will never have resolve with them, and you will build resentment towards that person because, oh, my leg's falling asleep. Because if someone cannot be accountable, right? Why do you go to the bank and have an accountant? Because they are accountable of your money, right? They're accountable for the money that goes in and out of businesses, of your personal finances. An accountant is accountable of finances, right? So a lot of people don't like their money fucked with. When it comes to accountability, a lot of people don't like their emotions and their feelings fucked with or toyed with. So when you're with someone that cannot take accountability, 1, you cannot trust them. 2, you can never have a point of resolve, because when you can't be accountable for the situation, you can't move forward, because they're never going to own what they've done, hold space for any of it. They're just going to dismiss it. So you can't trust them. You can't depend on them. There's no resolve. Like, accountability is major. Like, if you make a mistake, part of apologizing for that is taking accountability. And that goes way deeper, because usually if you make a mistake, you're coming from a place where you did not intend to hurt that person, even though you did. Apologies are tricky, though, because if someone says sorry, they shouldn't have done it to begin with. And that's where it being a genuine mistake comes into play, or an empty apology because they knew what they were doing and they're just apologizing to cover up the fact that they did something. You know what I mean? Sorry, not sorry. So, telling the truth and accountability go hand in hand, because when you practice telling the truth and you practice being honest and you practice saying the truth even when it fucking sucks, you now should be more than able to take accountability for situations. This is the truth. I bought the YSL purse. I know I probably shouldn't have done it. It was on sale and I really, really wanted the purse, and I'm sorry. It's just something that I did selfishly. When you can take accountability and own how you're feeling, right? Own what you've done, and also take a back seat for how they might feel, or take a side seat to what they're experiencing. Not only are you able to hold space and be honest and truthful, but you can own what you've done that could have potentially made them feel a type of way. And that's huge, because especially in partnerships, and best friendships, if you can't do a lot of stuff that we talk about in these videos and stuff like that, you either have friendships that last a long time that are surface level and shallow, or you just have friendships where you don't trust the other person. And both of those are never going to last, right? For me in my life, in order to have a relationship with me, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, a family situation, you have to be honest. You have to hold space for me. You have to be accountable. You have to be a good person. You have to be someone that I would want to consider having in my life. To the standard that I hold myself and the standard that I hold the people around me, if you cannot be an honest person and you actually don't have the capacity to be genuine and honest, you're never going to last in my life, because my tolerance for bullshit is below 10. And right now it's below 21. So if my tolerance for bullshit's below 10 and it's this freezing where I'm located, you're not going to last in my life. You will not be in my life. You're not going to come back into my life. So, it's the standard you hold. And if you want to have friendships where, it's surface level, you never break the barrier, everything's on the surface, it's shallow, we're in the kiddie pool, you guys. Everything's on the surface, it's shallow as shit, there's piss in the water. If that's the type of friendships and family situations and dynamics and relationships that you want to have in your life will be empty, meaningless, and purposeless. And I sure as shit know, being 27, going into my 30s, anything that's shallow, full of piss, and has zero depth to it is going out the window, out the door. I have no energy and no time and no space in my life paying my own bills for bullshit. If you're not adding, you're taking away. I was talking to multiple people today. If you're not adding to my life, you are taking away from it. And for someone that's as independent and as focused as me, I don't have any more to give. I'm a giver. I will be the best host and give as much as I possibly can, even if I don't have it. But if you're taking and you're not giving, you're done. All right, you guys, I'm going to finish this video because I'm getting hungry. I want to go hop in the bath and clean myself up. I'm going to my family's for a family dinner tonight. I feel like I say that every night, but I am always eating dinner with my family. It's such a happy time, and I love my family so much. So yeah, you guys, I'm going to go scrub myself off and head over to my family's for dinner. I cannot wait. I don't know what we're having, but I'm so excited. And yeah, that ends entry number 12. I feel so much lighter. I love you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow for my next diary entry, and I hope you have a good night. Bye, guys.